My journey into filmmaking and video started way before I picked up my camera. I didn't pick up a camera for a long time. I never actually thought I would ever do video. It was a process. It was, I moved out August, so that was probably about 8 months ago. The first couple weeks, like almost multiple times a day, if I was in the apartment, I would just get a sense of like, holy crap, I'm like isolated. Like it just feels isolating, especially without my parents being here. My cats are in here somewhere. They usually greet us. There they are. This one's like a dog, and he greets you, and he meows at you, and he likes his back rub, just like a dog. It's really weird. This was one of my first edits ever with a free software that came with a thing. I was really into editing video games. That was pretty lame. Wait, check this out. Specifically, look at me. I used to videotape everything. We didn't have a camera, so I used my mom's laptop. We'd do a voiceover with a $10 mic we bought from Best Buy. We were trying to go viral. It didn't work out. Oh, there's a picture from my first short. It was actually the failed short, so nobody's ever seen it. But, yeah, I learned a lot from that. That was god awful. When I was a kid, my sister was always super artistic, and she was a big part of my life. So from like the moment I could hold a crayon to sophomore year of high school, I was just drawing, painting, sculpting, music, video game design. I remember watching a lot of YouTube videos, and I started falling in love with YouTube. I've always been with YouTube since like 2006. I don't know how I found it as a kid, but I did. And I loved YouTubers. And I remember actually thinking way before being a filmmaker, I was like, I want to be a YouTuber. Like Toby and like all these different people. I thought they were so cool. And I was learning how to be a YouTuber, and I found all these different video tutorials, because to be a YouTuber you need to know how to make a video. I would always make these videos with my parents' little VHS tape recorder thing. And I did that throughout my childhood too, with all my neighborhood friends, and we'd make Nerf movies. We'd do stuff with like a PlayStation camera, and eventually I'd steal my dad's DSLR. In high school, there was this tech school named Summit Tech Academy that you could go to for half your day, and it was like a trade school. But I went there, and I was originally gonna go for the engineering program, but then I saw they had a digital media program that did film and music production. And at the time, one of my dreams was to be in a touring band. And I thought if it handles music production, I could actually figure out how to work a soundboard and a DAW and a mixer and how to mic instruments. And I was a drummer, so I really wanted to mic a drum set. And within 4 weeks, because they started on film first before music, I accidentally fell in love with film. I feel like everything in my life was leading up to that point, because film is just an amalgamation of almost every aspect of art and engineering too, and everything that I just feel like I've been built for and been really good at, it's just all there in film and video. I remember when I first started editing, I was working on Pinnacle Studios, I think, and it couldn't even cut clips or move it around a timeline. It was the worst thing ever. So the only professional like software I could actually get my hands on and use was a pirated version of Sony Vegas Pro 7. And I learned on YouTube. There weren't too many tutorials that were useful, but I learned my way around it. Really thinking about all the nostalgia, it's really about the people. It's crazy how many different people you work with throughout everything and how different people change. This was the biggest train wreck. And I've learned a lot about getting people to all work on the same task, and all those cameras I stole from Summit Tech. I guess that's why I'm also in video and film. I'm a huge documenter. I just love documenting everything. I'm almost, girlfriend calls me a hoarder because I don't like to throw anything away, because you can look back at anything and really get a sense of how it was and how much further you've came along. And then seeing where you are now, it's like weird. It's a weird feeling. The amount of change and the amount of progress that has happened just, from literally 2 or 3 years ago is absolutely insane in almost every aspect. It can be really reassuring too, looking back at this stuff, seeing how it has changed, and not only changed naturally, but it's because of the work we've put into it and stuff. The reason why I'm in filmmaking now is almost for the same reason that I fell in love with it, which is like, it's one of the most like perfectly combined art forms that includes all different kinds of art, from like painting and drawing to storytelling to visuals and technical aspects and engineering. There's something about being able to tell a story in that way that has all those different aspects in it. And I also love that it is such a collaborative art form to where you really can't do it alone. It's always better when you have more people involved, and I'm a very big people person. I want to just create some amazing stuff that tells some amazing stories that wouldn't be there without me. I think I chose directing because that's where the majority of the storytelling is, and I really like working with people and bringing those people together to lead the ship in creating this collaborative story. Personally, looking back, I don't really think I have too much of an origin story. I mean, it's not super dramatic or anything. I think I'm still in it now, and I'm excited to see where it goes.